This is a 1971 Dodge Challenger Protouring car that we're building. This is the chassis for it. This is a small block, but it's 426 cubic inches now. It's bored and stroked. So we took a 360 out to 426 cubic inches, which kind of plays on the theme for the old Dodge and Mopar cars with the 426 wedge and Hemi. This also has a Magnum 6-speed, Tremec Magnum 6-speed, so that's going to make the car fun to drive. This is a Schwartz chassis, and it has a Ford 9-inch rear end in it with a 370 rear end gear. And we've got lots of rubber on this thing. These are 325/30/19 Goodyear super tires, supercar tires. They're an F1 supercar tire, as you can see by the label here. This is a Hyman 4-link rear suspension on this car, which is kind of trick. Look how tight the exhaust is on this car. Typically with this Schwartz chassis, they want you to run the exhaust underneath the rear axle, and we didn't like the look of that, so we decided to take it over the rear axle. But as you can see, it is extremely tight. And this is a 3-inch exhaust, so it took a lot of cussing and cutting and welding to get this to fit like this. But we also got 3-inch chrome or polished stainless steel tips for the exhaust too that look factory. It's got, like I said, a 3-inch exhaust, has an X pipe in it now. We put cutouts on the exhaust too, so that whenever he pulls into a cruise in somewhere, he can pop those open and have open headers. This is the body that we're putting on this thing. This thing is a complete remake over. We had to replace every panel on this car. Both quarters, trunk floor, floor pan, firewall, cowl panel, rockers, door skins, fenders. The only thing that we reused was the roof and this rear tail panel section right here. Everything else has been replaced on this car, including the hood. We replaced the hood as well. And the car didn't really look all that rusty whenever we got it, so it was kind of shocking to us that it was as bad as it was. Now this paint, we just done the initial wet sand and buff on this thing. It's not polished yet, but we still got a pretty good shine. You can see the reflection outside there off the side of the car. This is a plum crazy purple is what this color is. Now we have another thing we did to make these tires fit. We had to take and put mini tubs in this thing, so we bought 2 sets of inner fenders, and we built our own mini tubs. We tried to make this car appear as factory as possible, so it didn't look like a race car. We wanted it to look more like a factory car. And of course, Mopar painted their firewalls and floor pans and inside the trunk body color. So we had to paint this car inside and out literally. But we are finally coming to an end of this project. It's taken a while, but we're getting there. These kind of builds take a long time, and it costs a lot of money to build a car like this. Not very many people can afford a project of this magnitude. So stay tuned. We are going to have updating on our progress as we go. This is coming into the final stages. We still have some things we have to complete, but this is we're getting to the finish line finally on this thing.